navigating the night sky, and I'm Michael. And, so, how many of you guys know like the big three constellations?
The Big Dipper.
What are they?
Orion, Big Dipper, Little Dipper.
No, you're wrong. Orion's right, but the big three are Cassiopeia, Crux, and Orion, which I'm sure like all of you guys know. And before starting this, I only knew like one, like most of you guys. And what got me into this was like, you look up, you see like all those stars, and nobody can really know what's out there. So space is just like really interesting to me because, like I said, there's just so much that we can do with it that we don't know yet. And, so in total, there's 88 constellations. This isn't all of them, but these are the ones that you can mostly see from where we are. There's different types like that you can see in certain parts of the night and certain areas of the country. And people now, they don't really have like sense of direction. They just look at their phone or kind of go on their GPS to see which way is north, south, and how to get to where they need to go. And like most kids can't even tell you like what way Interstate 55 runs. So I just think like knowing like a sense of direction around you and your area is really important. So like to see like the stars and all that, I made a telescope. Not quite like the Hubble Space Telescope, but it got the job done. I just got like 2 magnified lenses and some paper. I used to have like a PVC pipe in it, but I didn't like how it felt, so I took it out. And it's inverted, but if you guys want to like pass it around, you can check it out. It focuses on objects, and it doesn't magnify it, but you can like really focus on it, and you can see like the shapes of everything that you look at. Like compared to their telescope, it's not that great. They can see like all the nebulas and like stars like forming and all that kind of stuff. And then compared to the one that Mr. Newman let me use, his was also better because it was like handcrafted in a factory and all that. But it was pretty similar to that. It just really focused on like a constellation that I would try to pick out and just bringing it to the point. So the best nights to go out to the stars are obviously the clear nights. It was really hard kind of in the winter because it was cold, but I made do. It was also better to go out at like 2 in the morning or like 3 in the morning compared to like 9 or 10 at night, just because it was so much darker, and you could see like the stars at 12. Like the Little Dipper would be right above you, and when you go out there at 3, it would be completely like to the east of you. So how the stars would move and the constellations would move, it was really interesting to me. I didn't know that before that they traveled. Also, where we live, it's not the best like time to like stargaze because there's a lot of light pollution. And for those of you who don't know what light pollution is, it's just like the city lights. They go like shine into the night, so it's really hard to see stars. It's kind of like, it just looks really cloudy out, So when I would go, I'd probably like drive more to like the outer parts of Shorewood to like Utica, and even like a 20-minute drive is like a drastic difference from what you can see and what you can't see. So, like I said before, there's certain times where like you can see the constellations. I learned that there's autumn, winter, spring, and summer. And since we don't go to school in summer, I think that my favorite ones were the autumn ones because that's when the sky was the clearest and it was just so easy to find. Like Pegasus, Capricornus, they're all like probably the brightest stars in the sky and constellations, which is like better than the spring ones and the winter ones. And the next slides are just like some of the constellations that really stood out to me and can help me kind of like look up and I can know like where the next stars will be. So Pegasus, it's the 7th largest constellation in the sky, so it's pretty easy to see. To look for it, I really just, if you go like right in my driveway, if I look like straight up, there's a big box of stars, which is called the Great Square. And if you look to the west of that, you can see like the Little Dipper. And it's just like, it really gives you like a sense of direction. It's also, you can be seen next to Pisces, which is a really big constellation. It's right like next to the Andromeda constellation, which brings me to the next one. It's the closest one to us. The tip of it is connected to Pegasus, and it's a galaxy. And I just think that's really cool because sometimes like some of the stars from our galaxy can even like merge with that. I'm not really trying to explain it, but on the NASA profile they explained it, and like that's the Andromeda galaxy. And it's just really interesting to me because that one little star is actually full of, well, I don't know, full of whatever you want to think. You know, it could be life. And then for like the most famous one, I'm pretty sure is Orion. And this is really easy to me because you just if you look up, I'm pretty sure all of you can find these 3 belts. It's not hard. It's just like 3 bright lights. And if you can find Orion, you can find like the Gemini, which is also a pretty cool constellation. It's right here. So when you know that you're looking towards the southwest. And like I said, just to get like a sense of direction is really good because if you like call your friend up and you tell them to look above you, or above them, and tell them like what star is above them, and you look at that star, you'll know exactly like the right direction of their house is. So that's like anywhere in the world. If you call somebody like China, and you ask them like, hey, the stars above you, you can find out like what direction the house is. So I just thought that was really cool. And then the last one, that's just like probably the most famous, is the Little Dipper, and this holds the North Star, which is right here. And like it's the North Star. So if you can find the North Star, you can find a lot of the constellations because a lot of them are like directly under it. And the cool thing about this one is that even though all the constellations move, the North Star stays at this place the entire year. So it's kind of like just on a circular, or like a rotation. So the North Star, like it never changes. You'll always know where north is, and like if you know where north is, and you know where west is, and it's south.